So this will be my sixth video covering parallel sun rays and the problems on the globe. That was my first one, and then that was number two. This is a couple years back, dating all the way almost 3 years back. And there's number three and four, and then there's number five. And so I'm going to point out the problems with parallel sun rays on a globe. Okay, the latitudes are parallel. We see them on a globe. They're called parallels. But when we're facing due east on equinox, there's 30 degrees north, and there's the equator, and then there's 30 degrees south. This is the direction we are looking at on a globe. So if you pointed, so locally, it looks like you're looking along the latitude, but that's not the ultimate direction you're pointing to. You're pointing toward the equator, or if you shot a laser due east at 30 north or 30 south, your laser is going to wind up above the equator. So if I'm at 30 north looking due east, there's the direction I'm looking. From the equator, there's the direction I'm looking. From 30 south, there's the direction I'm looking. That is not parallel. That is converging. So if I've got a God view of the earth, there would be parallel lines. So the sun's rays would have to follow the latitudes, but they don't. So which is it, Globers? Which is it, converging or parallel? So just to give you a 3D look at it, this is if I'm standing at 30 north along the 80th longitude. That's due east. Now, there's your latitude line. So which is it? Is it parallel or is it converging? So let's look at a God view. If you straighten out all the latitude lines, if you're out in space and you just straighten out all the latitude lines, that's how they would look. That would be parallel. But due east lines can't also look like that, can they? So in other words, if the sun's rays were parallel, we'd have to be looking toward the direction of the latitude lines, which are not straight. If we're standing on a globe and our orientations are diverging, parallel would diverge. Let's look at it in 3D. This is the direction they say we're looking. Okay, we're looking toward the equator. But if the light was parallel, then we'd be looking that way. We'd have to be looking along the latitude line off in the distance. That would be the direction we're looking. That would be parallel. So the sun's rays can't be parallel. So for the sun's rays to be parallel, our vision has to be bending. Is our vision bending around a globe? You tell me. So that led me to another discovery. So let's start off like right around 17 degrees longitude, west longitude, right by Dakar, Africa. Now if we look about 6,200 miles or so, we end up in Cadapa in the Philippines. And you see we have to travel north. So to go straight east, we have to travel north. So now we'll start off along 17. We'll go down. We go down past Capricorn, and we still got to travel that same angle north to get to Cadapa. So it's the same angle. So not only is the sun's rays parallel, Cadapa is parallel. But let's go north. Let's start off in Dakar, right there in Africa, between 17 and 18. And travel north up past Cancer. So we're going to go north a couple thousand miles. Surely we'd have to go south to get to Cadapa, right? No, the same damn angle. So Cadapa is parallel with everybody along that longitude. This is the trick of the globe. Everywhere around the equator is parallel from an entire longitude, basically. So this is an example I usually show along 80th west longitude because that's close to where I live. So I start at 30 north and draw a line due east, and then I go down to 30 south and draw a line due east, which is considered to globers as parallel. But as you see, it converges at the equator. So now if we drew a tangent and left the surface of the sphere from 30 north and 30 south, we would end up above that converging point. We would intersect above that point. Now if we straighten out the latitude lines, we would get parallel lines. But these due east lines, as you see on screen, are not parallel. They diverge and converge. Now you see on screen there's the latitude and the due east. They can't both be parallel.
That we can say for certain, and all sane minds would agree. If you can get a glimpse behind the curtain, no gravity there, but you'll find Big G. I'm baffled that I even have to tell you, you cannot bend space and time. And I do not know how in the hell you thought it was achieved by Einstein. Rocket blast off and find yourself cheering with joy, jumping and screaming until your hat's off. You might be an asshole fanboy. If you don't like the way that sounds, you're more like us than you think. Keep your mind connected to the ground, but be part of the club before you blink. Since we started demonstrating how to roll, they in information, next they'll rewrite the song. These songs are dark matter is right. NASA fanboys come in every size, they also come in every shape. So it should come as no surprise, they don't understand what's at stake. They focus